Hello, I'm Stewart Bloor, and on this session I'm here for the afternoon into the evening after carp. Now a lot of anglers want to catch fish, and that's what I'm hoping to do on this particular session, as in numbers of fish, but they don't necessarily want to fish a commercial. Nothing against them, of course, but many of them are in fairly new waters. They haven't established themselves yet in terms of vegetation and foliage and the natural beauty that accompanies venues like this. On the other hand, they don't want to challenge either. They want to just go out and catch some fish. They don't want to put thousands of hours in just to catch one monster on the bank. The place where I am today ticks all the boxes. Brilliant venue, lovely scenery, aesthetics pleasing on the eye, fish in here, not necessarily big ones, but enough to put a bend in your rod, and that's what you want on a day like today. First thing I did on arrival, before I even got the gear out, put some ground bait out there. I'm a great believer that a crowd attracts a crowd. Lots and lots of smaller species in here, such as tench, small tench and roach, and that ground bait will draw them in. It will get them feeding in the places where I'm going to put my baits, and of course in turn that will instill confidence in the carp to feed more freely. Then I put pellets out over both areas. I'm only fishing about 4 or 5 rod lengths from the bank, and I've got a slightly different approach with the boilie. On the one rod, the left rod, I'm fishing a single boilie, no freebies at all. On the other, I'm fishing a cranberry pop-up, and I'm going to put regular boilies out as and when they're needed. So a little bit of a competition going on today. Which rod will outscore the other one? The one that has a single bait presented over pellets and ground bait, or the one with lots of freebies around? Let's see. Hey, this is what it's about, and that screamer, and I can see the fish coming in now. It's a small common. That was over the loose boilies rod. So first blood to that setup, assuming I land it, of course. This lake is not only quite shallow, it's also very silty as well, and consequently the fish give themselves away when they feed. It's exciting watching the bubbles coming into your swim, because you know that feeding fish are on their way. You can tell that they're fish because the bubbles are generally quite small, uniform, and as I've said, they move in accordance with the fish beneath the surface. When you get natural bubbles, which are caused by gases being released from the bed of the lake, they tend to be quite random, they tend to be quite large. Sometimes you get a big bubble that rises to the surface and breaks. Experience tells you after a period of time whether it's a natural bubble or whether it's fish feeding. Of course, one of the great ways of doing that is to watch in margins when you do get natural bubbles being released. You can see them coming up, you begin to spot them, but when it's fish, that's when it gets exciting, and I've got bubbles out there right now over both rods. Well, this could be 1-all if I land it. The equaliser is on its way. This is caught on a pineapple pop-up on the left rod. The one fish with no other boilies, just the hook bait. And I think this actually could be another mirror, which is unusual. No, it's a common, it's a small common. Just a small common, but very feisty, and you can only catch what's out there, so this will do me nicely. I had a screamer then, and this again is on the swim without any boilies in it. Not that you can think to yourself, I can get away without putting bait out, because I have put lots of ground bait out there, and pellets of course. It's fighting well. They do, don't they, this time of the year? It's always the last few meters as well where the fish really comes alive. It struggles, doesn't it? Doesn't want to be caught. But this one is about to hit the back of the net. There it is. 2-1 to this rod as well. Pineapple boilie. had a hook pull on the right hand rod, and then I've landed this, so it's 2-all at the moment. The left rod strikes back, and I've got a fish on. It's kiting around, trying to get into the bankside vegetation that's hanging over, but it's not going to succeed. Not big fish, as I've said already, you can only catch what's in front of you, but great fun, and ultimately that's what angling is all about. I'm certainly enjoying today. The video comes to an end. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've certainly enjoyed today. Out and about yourself, tight lines, and I'll see you soon.